Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum students. Hopefully you are fine. Today we are going to start the new topic from chapter number 1. Last time we discussed about matrices and its order. Today we are going to discuss what are equal matrices. Then we will do some questions related to it. Equal matrices are those matrices which should have two properties. He says let A and B be the two matrices. A is said to be equal to B and denoted by A is equal to B if and only if two conditions must be fulfilled. Number one, order of A should be equal to order of B and their corresponding entries are equal. So if we want to check the equality of matrices, we have to see two things. Number one, their order should be same and number two, their corresponding entries should be equal. For example, this is matrix A of order 2 by 2 and matrix B, it is also of order 2 by 2. Now you can see their corresponding entries whether they are equal or not. Here first element is 1, in B it is also 1, second element is 3, here 2 plus 1 is also 3, minus 4, third one here is also 4 and 2, 4 minus 2 is also 2. So corresponding entries are also equal in these two matrices. So we can say that A and B are equal matrices. Whereas if you see in second example, order of the matrices are still same 2 by 2, but this entry fourth element in matrix L and fourth element of matrix M, they are not equal. There is a difference of sign. So these two matrices are not equal to each other. So for equality, all the corresponding entries should also be equal. Now let's move to the exercise number 1.1 and question number 3. This is the statement: find the values of A, B, C and D which satisfy the matrix equation. This is a matrix equation, means two matrices are written in equal form and we have to find the values of unknown A, B, C and D. So let's do this question. So here is the question. We have to write corresponding entries equal to each other because there is an equality sign in these two matrices. So we will mention over here, since in equal matrices corresponding entries are equal. So what can I write? I can write A plus C is equal to 0, A plus 2B is equal to minus 7, C minus 1 is equal to 3 and 4D minus 6 is equal to 2D. Now we will solve all these equations to get the unknown values. First of all, this fourth one equation, I can write it as 4D minus 2D is equal to 6. This 2D can be written on the left hand side and 6 on the other side. Signs will be changed. Now it will be 2D is equal to 6, D is equal to 6 over 2 and D is equal to 3. So in this way we can get the value of D. Now this third equation, it's very simple. Minus 1 will be written on the other side. So C is equal to 3 plus 1, C is equal to 4. So this is the value of C. Now by using this value of C, we can find the value of A by putting C is equal to 4 in this equation. So put C is equal to 4 in this equation. A plus 4 is equal to 0. So A is equal to minus 4. So in this way we have got the value of A. Now by using the value of A, is equal to minus 4 in this equation, we can get the value of b. So put a is equal to minus 4 here. It will be minus 4 plus 2b is equal to minus 7. 2b is equal to minus 7 plus 4. 2b is equal to minus 3. b is equal to minus 3 over 2. So in this way we will get the value of b as well. So we have got all the values of unknown by using equal matrices. Hopefully you have got every step of the solution very clearly. Try to do it by yourself as a practice on your rough copies and then complete this question on your neat copies. 1.1 exercise is complete. Now we'll move to the next exercise, and first we'll discuss its theory, that is types of matrices. So we are going to discuss types of matrices now. Types of matrices we are going to discuss. The first type is row matrix. Now what is row matrix? The matrix which have only one row. As you can see the definition, a matrix is called row matrix if it has only one row. Here in the example you can see M is a matrix in which there is only one row. There may be columns, maybe more than 2, maybe 1, 2, 3 or more, but row should be only 1. So here one more matrix is given in which there are 2 columns but row is 1. So condition is that there should be only one row. Similarly, column matrix is a matrix which has only one column. So there should be only one column, then it will be called column matrix. So number of rows may differ, as here in example, in M matrix there are 2 rows and in N matrix rows are 3, but column should be 1. Now rectangular matrix, it is a matrix in which number of rows is not equal to number of columns. Number of rows and columns are not equal. Like you can see in matrix A there are 3 rows and columns are 2, and in matrix B 2 rows and 3 columns. In matrix C 1 row 3 columns. In matrix D 3 rows 1 column. In all these examples number of rows and number of columns are not equal to each other. Then square matrix. Square matrix is a matrix in which number of rows are equal to number of columns. Number of rows and number of columns are equal. Like here in matrix A 2 rows and 2 columns are there, so it is a square matrix. In matrix B 3 rows and 3 columns are there, and in matrix C 1 row and 1 column. In all these examples number of rows and number of columns are equal. One thing very important you have to keep in mind, that this matrix C is also a row matrix because it has only one row, and it is also a column matrix because it has only one column. So one matrix can be of more than one types. Like this one, this matrix is a square matrix, but it is also a row and column matrix. So this is what you have to keep in mind for questions as well. Now fifth type is null or zero matrix. By the name you can understand, zero matrix means all the entries in the matrix should be 0. Like in the examples given, in all these matrices you can see every entry is 0. So these are called null matrices. Their order can be any. This is 2 by 2, this is 1 by 2, 2 by 1, 2 by 3, 3 by 3, but only there is a one condition, that every entry should be 0, and there is a particular symbol for this matrix, that is O. Whenever you are going to represent a null matrix, entries its name should be represented by a capital letter O. So this way we can represent a null matrix. Now move to the next type. First we will discuss from 10th type, then previous types will be discussed later. Diagonal matrix. diagonal matrix is a square matrix. This is the particular condition in the diagonal matrix, that it should be a square matrix. First of all, it is a square matrix if at least one of the entries of its diagonal is not 0 and non-diagonal entries are 0. This is the condition, that in diagonal entries, what is meant by diagonal? Diagonal is this one. In the matrices, this is the diagonal. Now what he is saying? He is saying that in diagonal matrix, in these entries in the diagonal, they should be at least one non-zero entry. They may be more than one, but there should be at least one non-zero entry. Like in this third example, you can see this is 0, and but these two are non-zero. So in diagonal entries, in diagonal matrix, these diagonal entries, there is a condition on this diagonal entries, that at least one of the entries should be non-zero. All may be non-zero, but at least one should be non-zero, and rest of the entries, all the entries except the diagonal entries, should be 0, but there should be at least one non-zero entry. Like in this 2 by 2 matrix, you can see these diagonal entries are non-zero, but non-diagonal entries should be 0. This is the condition, that non-diagonal entries should be 0, but diagonal entries should have at least one non-zero number. Then next one is scalar matrix. What is scalar matrix? Scalar matrix is a diagonal matrix. It means that it should have the condition of the diagonal. Diagonal matrix is the matrix in which diagonal entries are non-zero, but in scalar matrix it is a little bit modified form. And what is the particular condition for scalar matrix? You can see in this diagonal, all the entries written are same. So this is the condition for scalar matrix, that all the entries in the diagonal are same. These entries are same, 2 2 2, 3 3 3, k k k, and rest of the elements should be 0, because in diagonal matrix these entries are always 0. So particular condition for scalar matrix is their entries should be same, diagonal entries should be same. Now identity matrix, this is also a refined modified form of diagonal matrix. And what is the condition here? In diagonal matrix, it is a diagonal matrix in which diagonal entries are 1. If in diagonal entries 1 is written, then these and this matrix will be called identity matrix. If the identities are, if the entries are same, then it will be scalar, but if in diagonal matrix entries are 1, then it will be called identity matrix. So this way we can write identity matrix. There are 2 more examples on the next page. You can see this is a matrix in which these entries are 1 1 and this is 0 0, and this matrix 1 by 1 matrix is also a diagonal identity matrix in which there is only one element, and that is 1. This will also be an identity matrix. So from this discussion you may have noted that scalar matrix, identity matrix are also diagonal matrices. Every diagonal matrix is not scalar or identity. Every identity and scalar matrix is diagonal, but converse may not be true. You have to keep in mind. Now we are able to solve 1.2 exercise, question number 1 and question number 2 and question number 3. These 3 questions you can do by yourself. Just you have to identify the matrices. Like in question number 1, he says from the following matrices identify unit matrix, row matrix, column matrix and null matrix. So you have to identify, like I have written This is null matrix because all entries are 0. In this matrix there is only one row, so it is row matrix. Here in C there is only one column, so it is a column matrix. Similarly F is also a column matrix. Here E, you can see it is null matrix because it is having only 0 entry, but it is also having one row, so it is row matrix as well. It is column matrix as well because it is having only one column. And this matrix D, it is having 1 1 in the diagonal, so it will be a unit matrix. Similarly, you have to identify matrices from question number 2 and question number 3 as well. So these two questions you have to do by yourself. You may do on your books. If you want to write on copies, it's okay, you can write on your copies as well. And what is your task for today? You have to write and learn all the definitions which we have discussed, and you have to complete all the questions which we have done from 1.1 and 1.2. Then we'll do some more questions and some more types in the next lecture. Till then, thank you. Allah Hafiz.